We're going to talk about specializations in MBA, about marketing, finance, and ops. We put SPGIMR here because you have to choose a specialization there. Fine. So, but it's a question that's actually applicable for everyone. Fine. So, it is very much possible that they ask you what you want to specialize in, or do you have a specialization in mind. Now, in that context, outside of SPGIMR, if other places do not demand a specialization right up front, it's completely okay to say, look, I've not made up my mind. I'm veering towards this, but I've worked in marketing, but I'm interested in finance, or I think I have a natural aptitude towards finance, but I'll have to figure it out. I'm not learned enough. All of those answers are fine. But chances are that you will, one way or the other, weave your answer around. Look, I'm not really sure. I'll take my decisions afterwards, after my internship, after joining the courses. But prima facie, I think I'm veering towards X or Y or Z, which is marketing, finance, or ops, typically. In which case they can be like, okay, what do you think? What is marketing? What is finance? What do you know about bonds? What do you know about valuation? Something from a top-down level you must know. Right? So obviously we're not going to run a short course on marketing, finance, and ops. It's not going to happen. So we're going to give you like a glossary and say, look, at kind of things that you need to keep in mind. Right? So very important. I'm going to also think in terms of what should you not do. Right? Marketing, you need to think about segmenting, targeting, positioning. 4 P's of marketing. If you mention digital marketing, you should know the thing. You should mention digital marketing. It's important. Some parts of digital marketing is SEO and CM, social, search engine optimization, social media marketing. These are the social engagement. These are topical. It's the kind of thing that professors would want to speak to young people about. So you should know the details. You should know the terminology. You should know the jargon. So read up on this. It's like a glossary. Right? So read up with some depth. And I'm not going to list down these things as much as I'm going to tell you what to do when you're doing this. If you say you like marketing, I recently had a mock interview and somebody said, look, they like marketing. And then they said, look, why do you like marketing? Oh, tell you what, this ad was beautiful. And that's just a wrong foot to start off with when you're discussing marketing. You don't say you like marketing because you like a couple of ads. Ads is like one small component of marketing. And so if you're saying you've run ad campaigns, then you should be like, what is the click-through rate? Digital ad campaigns. What are the metrics that you look for? Is your audience relevant? How do you target with demographic? What are the cost of reach? What are the end point costs? How do you do an ROI? All of that. But don't limit marketing to a fascination with advertisements. Don't do that. Very often that's a temptation because when you say marketing, we think about advertisement. We think about, oh, this ad was very good. That's one 8th standard. If I were telling what is marketing to my daughter who's 8 years old, I'll tell her, look, have you seen this ad? It's very nice, no? That is marketing. They're making you attracted towards a product category so that you will want to buy it next time you go. And so that's what you will tell a kid. But that's obviously advertising is part of marketing. But you don't start a discussion with marketing by saying, look, I like this ad. So be very careful about it. So when you say I'm fascinated by marketing, you need to read up and say, look, what is it that attracts you? What are the big marketing companies? What are they doing? What is fascinating about their pricing, their distribution? The 4 P's. And then maybe promotion ads also. But don't make your marketing answer be about advertisements. 3 ads that are very nice, that are cool. Can't be your marketing answer. Keep that in mind. So that is very important. Very often marketing gets answered as advertising. Don't end up doing that. And acquire a layer of depth in this. And let's say I'm saying digital marketing. You'll have to know about influencers. You have to know about ads, Instagram ads and Google ads. You have to know about cost per click-through rate. You have to think about ROI and how will you calculate it? How will you select demographics? Is this foolproof? Has there been a scenario where it has not worked at all? Is it good for large companies? Is it good for niche companies? Those kind of questions you should be able to answer comfortably. Right? Whatever you do these days, you're going to add a little bit of this. Right? So whatever there, then they're going to ask you, oh, so you're going for jogging today. How will you incorporate AI in jogging? And that's going to be there. And so make sure you thought through or read a little bit about where AI is going to play a role. As it is, I'm being flippant about it. So you can see that I don't like that genre of saying, look, whatever is happening, add AI to it, stick a label to it. But hey, you're going to be in an interview. They're going to say, how is AI going to transform this? You better have good answers for that. Right? Finance. This is more relevant for people who have a finance background. Some of these terms that are here are at the top. If you say you like trading, then you must know about stock markets, valuation, fundamental analysis, technical analysis. You've bought and sold stock. That's what you're interested in. Yeah, that's important. If you're a chartered accountant, you should be completely up to speed with all of this. If you're a BCom graduate, you should be there almost as much as any CA. But the rest of you, you have to be very clear about the terms that you venture out with. Suppose you say, look, I want to be in stock market trading. I've been buying and selling stocks for a while now. And this is my portfolio. Then your portfolio, what is portfolio? Asset allocation, what is asset allocation? Valuation, how do you value an asset? Fundamental analysis, what is that? Technical analysis, what is that? Suppose I calculate NPV, what is the weighted average cost of capital that I will use? Or do I not bother about any of this? What is PE? What is EBITDA? If you're venturing into that world, then you need to know that part clearly. So for chartered accountants, BCom graduates, to some extent economic graduates, you need to be up to speed with a bunch of these terms. For others who are saying, look, I'm not drawn to anything, but from what I've heard about finance, the idea of investing appeals to me, the idea of working with stock markets appeals to me, which is why I'm thinking about this. Then you need to know a little bit more about stock market. What is Nifty? What is Sensex? How do stock markets operate? Which days it operate? What is that jargon and terminology you should know, but you don't need to know tons of stuff on this. Right? Operations, it's not that likely that you'll say you're super fascinated by ops if you have not learnt about it. Having said that, in a lot of my interviews, I said, look, I'm fascinated by ops because I was fascinated by ops. I continue to be fascinated by ops. So ops form the backbone of an organization. I didn't see myself as a finance guy because I've not learnt anything in finance, and I didn't see myself as a front, the guy who's talking to consumers and selling and positioning a company and thinking about product strategy and all of that. But the idea of shipping goods, making sure that shipments don't miss, idea of making sure that stuff is available all the time, and the idea that our factories should be run efficiently, inventory should be managed flawlessly, all those ideas appeal to me. So if you're saying this, then inventory management, the idea of what is inventory, Six Sigma, how do you forecast, how do you make sure that your stock doesn't go out of stock at the last mile. Those ideas are important. Again, I would stress that this is a glossary. I'm not looking to try to do Ops 101 in 90 seconds. It's not something that we are trying. It's not something that can be done. And I'm just saying, learn terms, learn them with some amount of depth, and make sure that your answers are clean to the extent that if you're mentioning a bunch of terms in your answer, you know all of them. Sometimes we throw jargon that we don't understand completely. Don't do that. Your answer, what you're saying, will lead to a bunch of questions. Be super clear about that at the very least. Super guys, this is a tricky question. What do you want to specialize in? The typical answer is, look, I'm not yet made up my mind. I'm going to go there and learn about everything, do an internship, and then choose my electives wisely in my second year. The more nuanced answer is this. Plus, having said that, I am fascinated by marketing more than a little bit. And I think I'll veer towards that, although I'm open to changing my mind. So you're saying, look, I've done my research. I know what marketing is. We can have a discussion on that. But I'm not jumping in and saying I'm the king of marketing. That is fine. So if that is your answer, then you need to know a little bit more about marketing, all the terms, all the terminologies. Be super prepared for that. Best wishes. Good.